In Guns, 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 humanity's fate hangs by a plasma thread as Captain Bennett unleashes the quad cannon's full fury against the Vautrix armada. His white-hot salvo tears through the enemy dreadnought's quantum shields, triggering a chain reaction that ripples through their formation. With Lieutenant Yoon's quantum scrambler disrupting their AI, the Vautrix command structure collapses from within. Humanity stands triumphant. The year was 2237, and humanity had already established the interstellar network, expanding settlements throughout the Alpha Centauri and Tau Ceti systems. Earth and its military outpost on Nova Prime, a gradually terraformed desert world serving as the United Earth Coalition's naval base, stood as testament to humanity's determination to reach for the stars. The political-military situation remained tense. Humanity had recently survived the Cylon War in the Proxima region, which had devastated numerous worlds. In response, the United Earth Coalition, UEC, had accelerated its Arsenal of Democracy program to counter all potential threats. Among the external civilizations, the most advanced were the Archon Alliance, an intelligent reptilian species, and the Vautrix, cyborg organisms with invasive tendencies. Captain Lucas Hawk Bennett, 47, former commander of the USS Valhalla, had been reassigned to the Nova Prime base to lead Operation Iron Rain. His reputation as gunslinger stemmed from his exceptional ability to simultaneously control 4 autocannons, quad cannon, with remarkable precision. Lieutenant Mara Spectre Yoon, 32, led Nova Prime's space tactics and intelligence team, specializing in HFY tactics utilizing thermal weapons. The Nova Prime base bustled with training activities, new warship construction, and energy weapon testing. At night, the Iron Bastion fortress stood out in the red desert, its plasma jets ready to fire into the sky. Some generals expressed reservations, concerned that showcasing new weapons might spark tensions with other civilizations. Lieutenant Yoon reported intelligence on a group of Vautrix ships approaching Nova Prime's border. They bore the appearance of chameleonic shapeshifters. Over the command channel, the UEC announced the imminent launch of Operation Iron Rain, a campaign introducing the quad cannon destroyers fleet for deterrence and training. The gunslinger companies eagerly tested bombardment on the planet's surface, creating a dazzling spectacle as dozens of cannon arrays fired blue plasma streams. In the middle of the night ambush, 2 light hours from Nova Prime, the base radar detected 7 unidentified Vautrix ships approaching at maximum speed under stealth cloaks. The Vautrix, lacking formal diplomatic relations with the UEC, aimed to force humanity to reveal its strategic map while seizing Krypton X deposits, a key raw material for high-energy weapons. From the ground, anti-aircraft teams activated infrared radar, detecting black silhouettes flashing across the sky. Turret arrays immediately opened fire, but energy shots seemed to bounce back from the Vautrix shields. The USS Valhalla, anchored outside town, received immediate orders to activate quad cannons to engage. Yellow plasma beams flickered, creating a smoke and fire dance across the desert. Initial losses were severe. A Nova Prime patrol frigate was taken down in just 47 seconds. 23 astronauts and 87 engineers went missing. Captain Bennett took responsibility for the response, maintaining calm to prevent panic among his troops. During the blinding command operations, Bennett recalled his days on Proxima when he had failed, haunted by being designated the top gunman, yet still losing his comrades. Bennett's objective extended beyond deterring the enemy. He needed to gather intelligence on the Vautrix. Admiral Elena Rodriguez at the Saga 9 command station demanded, "Capture or destroy at least 1 Vautrix ship to decode their cloaking technology." The primary weapon, the quad cannon Mark V, the most advanced version, could penetrate shield gaps and break through the Vautrix's barium nitrate hull. The counterattack formation included the USS Valhalla, Bennett's flagship, equipped with 4 quad cannons and 6 plasma torpedoes. The USS Vigilant, specialized in electronic support, responsible for jamming Votrix linking systems, and 3 Hellfire-class destroyers, each carrying 2 quad cannons and 8 laser tracking turrets. During planetary and orbital combat, Bennett directly controlled the quad cannons, employing burst fire to temporarily neutralize shields. Lieutenant Yoon on the Vigilant discovered the cloaking regeneration frequency, enabling the detection of 3 remaining Votrix ships hiding near the atmosphere's edge. Bennett struggled with his past, feeling the pressure to win as Nova Prime casualties evoked memories of his failure at Proxima, where he had lost comrades due to inexperience with new weapons. He feared the quad cannon technology might betray him, blaming himself for placing many in danger whenever he activated the cannons. To lead his troops, Bennett told himself he must conquer his fears and not let the past determine today's outcome. Conflict arose between Bennett and Saga 9 intelligence officer, Commander Hayes, who suspected Bennett was too reckless and wanted to separate the combat team, even suggesting a court-martial if too many comrades died. Bennett also faced opposition from Nova Prime's government, where an extreme right-wing political group opposed investing too much money in offensive weapons, demanding a pause in quad cannon requisitioning to negotiate peace with the Votrix. Bennett wrestled with the dilemma of using force versus diplomatic communication. Public pressure mounted as Nova Prime media continuously broadcast scenes of Votrix attacking civilians, with some citizens calling for bloody retaliation. Meanwhile, a peace movement emerged, attacking military offices under the no-destruction principle. Bennett had to confront this division among the people, while pursuing Votrix ships flying low through the atmosphere. The USS Valhalla's quad cannon arrays encountered sand dust, thermal shock, causing machinery instability. A sudden major sandstorm struck as a Hellfire ship pursued targets into the atmosphere, with visibility dropping to 0 meters, forcing them to activate energy-consuming photon imager systems. The Votrix's new generation cloaking differed from older versions, operating on a self-learning AI system that continuously changed frequencies, creating impasses for detection systems. The quad cannons faced overload issues each time Bennett fired. The risk of thermal circuit breakage meant cooling systems couldn't keep up, potentially causing a reactor meltdown. He had to carefully measure each volley, unable to fire continuously. After capturing a Votrix officer and decoding data, Bennett discovered they were preparing a larger-scale attack, aimed at seizing Nova Prime as a stepping stone into the SETI system. During an emergency meeting, sensors detected 50 Votrix ships gathering at the northern planetary supply point, a locust swarm, ready to devour all defense forces. The final showdown involved Bennett's fleet, USS Valhalla, with the 3 Hellfire destroyers, quad cannon destroyers, USS Vigilant, electronic support ship, and 3 heavy fighter squadrons of Spectre class, 6 ships each. Local alliance forces from Nova Prime contributed 5 mercenary squadrons from the Proxima system. The main opponents were 50 Votrix ships, divided into 5 clusters, each containing 10 ships, including Votrix domestic dreadnoughts, equipped with quantum-infused armor plating. Bennett employed the special hammer and anvil tactic. 2 Hellfire ships led a plasma beam burst barrage, blocking the Votrix escape route, Anvil, while USS Valhalla and Spectre fighters launched pinning attacks, Hammer, integrating quad cannons firing at 45-degree angles to pierce the quantum-infused shield. USS Vigilant broadcast quantum scrambler signals, disrupting the Votrix AI command link and causing them to lose centralized control. In the peak action scene, Bennett's final quad cannon salvo, 4 white plasma beams breaking through shields, unexpectedly destroyed the leading Votrix dreadnought in Cluster 3. The rumbling sound of the dreadnought's reactor engine before exploding was vividly described, creating a "holy crap" moment. Sniping shots, targeting control modules, caused many Votrix ships to lose direction and collide. A dangerous moment occurred when a Hellfire ship crossed a jet stream after Bennett ordered it to turn sideways to avoid plasma jets. The crew was injured when the hydraulic support system ruptured, nearly leading to a reactor explosion. Bennett had to send an emergency signal to patch the hydraulic fault within 12 seconds to save the ship from complete destruction. Despite sweating profusely, Bennett maintained his composure, leading the control crew in coordination, demonstrating the HFY spirit of winning wherever we fight. Lieutenant Yoon observed through the data link that Votrix signals were completely interrupted, exclaiming excitedly, "Captain, they're breaking ranks from the inside out!" The overwhelming victory came when the main Votrix cluster was destroyed, leaving 30 remaining ships disoriented and plunging into Nova Prime's dust rim. The Nova Prime UEC alliance lost 2 Hellfire ships, 1 with a burning reactor, and 4 Spectre-class fighters shot down. Total casualties: 75 people. The Votrix lost all 50 ships and 2,450 combatants. The display screen showed plasma rays dissolving in space, symbolizing the power of human weaponry. Nova Prime trembled in the aftermath, with projectile debris covering the desert. Rescue units rushed to search for survivors. Most soldiers felt anxious but proud. Amid the chaos, camaraderie had been affirmed. Bennett silently approached the coffins of sacrificed Spectre-class pilots, bowing his head in remembrance. Admiral Rodriguez broadcast the victory scene throughout interstellar space, with the message, "Earth backs those who stand up for rightful defense." Interstellar media networks emphasized, "Humanity has proven that despite all losses, we never give up. We will fight to protect freedom." Some allied worlds, Alpha Centauri, Sol System, sent congratulations, opening the scenario for the formation of a responsible coalition against the Votrix. Bennett questioned himself. Will this victory bring true peace, or just rekindle the seeds of hatred? His eyes gazed toward Nova Prime sky, where plasma bullets still smoked. Lieutenant Yoon advised, "Captain, no matter how powerful weapons are, we still need diplomatic balance to avoid a cycle of violence." A multi-species alliance was established immediately after the victory. Nova Prime and the UEC signed the Nova Declaration, calling for sharing defense technology and weapons while drawing a non-aggression line with the Archon and Votrix species, in theory. Captain Bennett received the title Champion of the Citadel, symbolizing the HFY spirit of, "When war comes, we stand tall." Bennett visited the mass grave of his Proxima comrades, placing flowers at the memorial. He silently vowed, "We'll not let sacrifices be in vain. The spirit of camaraderie will live forever." He shouted out the motto, "Guns, guns, guns. When used for the right cause, they are an unstoppable force." An interstellar reporter concluded with the final message. Today, humanity proved itself not only as a superior warrior, but also learned to use power for the common good. Nova Prime is now not just a military base, but a symbol of an era of interstellar cooperation, where guns become symbols of freedom, as long as the hearts of those who wield them aim in the right direction. The final image showed Nova Prime's sky glowing with laser-created celebration fireworks, interspersed with the sound of warship horns welcoming allies. Captain Lucas "Hawk" Bennett, at 47, served as the USS Valhalla's commander and leader of the Gunslinger Squadron. His goal was to protect Nova Prime, prevent Votrix invasion, and affirm humanity's strength in the Interstellar Alliance. Determined, experienced, decisive with sharp tactics, though sometimes conservative due to his excessive faith in weapons power. Bennett evolved from a lone warrior, trusting only in weapons, to a multi-dimensional leader who understood diplomacy and empathized with civilian casualties. Colonel Karin Votrix, a legendary king in the Votrix Council, belonged to the Votrix species, cyborg organisms specializing in space combat. His goal was to conquer Nova Prime to seize Krypton X sources and pave the way for the conquest of the Proxima system. cold, cruel, believing in survival of the fittest. He considered humanity merely a strange gem, not yet strong enough. He commanded the dreadnought cruiser, Oblivion, developing advanced cloaking tactics that challenged Bennett's sniping abilities. Lieutenant Mara Spectre Yoon, 32, served as USS Vigilance Tactics and Intelligence Team leader. She helped Bennett detect cloaking signals and provided electronic jamming tactics. A steady shoulder, offering scientific perspective. She evolved from a behind-the-scenes specialist to a battlefield warrior participating in the Spectre-class squadron. Admiral Elena Rodriguez, 58, served as Saga 9 Station's senior commander. She issued force mobilization orders, balancing decisive reaction with avoiding war escalation. Initially reluctant to use quad cannons. After victory, she advocated establishing the Responsible Coalition. Commander Hayes, 45, served as Saga 9's intelligence officer. He created political map conflicts, suspecting Bennett was too risky. Eventually, he recognized that humanity needs strength to prevent future invasion. Major Gabriel Ortiz, 36, commanded the Spectre-class squadron. Bennett's close friend and battle comrade. He sacrificed heroically while protecting a Hellfire ship from Nova Prime's sandstorm. Ensign Selena Park, 28, served as chief engineer responsible for quad cannon cooling systems. She handled overheating incidents, timely repaired the reactor shell to save the ship from explosion, making crucial technical contributions during the battle's climax. Bennett initially suffered from proxima guilt, causing comrades' deaths due to unstable weapons, and struggled to stay calm, not letting past fears overwhelm decisions affecting subordinates' lives. By the end, he learned that strength lies not just in destructive weapons, but in unwavering will and connection ability, learning to listen to others and trust the community. Mara Yoon initially focused solely on science with limited battlefield exposure, but eventually became a squadron commander directly participating in air combat, believing in her ability to influence situations. Admiral Rodriguez evolved from conservative caution about using advanced weapons to avoid provocation, to recognizing that peace doesn't come automatically. Deterrent strength combined with diplomacy is necessary. Bennett versus Commander Hayes. Hayes believed Bennett was too risky, threatening court-martial if heavy losses occurred. Bennett versus Admiral Rodriguez. Tension between attacking quickly versus pausing for diplomacy. Bennett willing to sacrifice for Votrix's pursuit, while Rodriguez worried about potentially spreading war. Bennett versus Colonel Carr and Votrix. Each engagement became a battle of wits and strength. Votrix testing cloaking, while Bennett sought ways to penetrate shields. Nova Prime public opinion divided between war supporters, wanting to crush the Votrix, and peace advocates, fearing escalating tensions. UEC internal politics saw some forces hesitant to invest too much budget in weapons, forcing Bennett to convince the planet that war is necessary. During pursuit of Votrix ships into the atmosphere, sudden sandstorms disrupted vision and affected cooling systems. The treacherous desert terrain forced Spectre-class squadrons to push engines to overcome sand dunes, avoiding 50-meter deep sand pits. The Votrix AI cloaking continuously changed frequencies, forcing USS Valhalla and USS Vigilant engineering teams to apply counter-hacking in the battlefield. Quad cannons consumed 120% reactor energy per volley, risking backlash if fired too much. Bennett constantly measured ammunition to avoid reactor explosion. When the Votrix quantum-infused shield cracked, each explosion could spread through 3 to 4 nearby ships. Bennett exploited this for concentrated attacks, creating a domino effect. The HFY spirit emphasized refusing to be overshadowed and standing up despite enemies perceived as technologically superior. Themes of power, unwavering will, and using weapons to protect freedom permeated the narrative. The cost in human lives during battle, 75 Nova Prime and UEC personnel fallen, symbolized sacrifice for greater cause. Alliance between worlds, sharing technology, created synergistic strength when common threat loomed large. Bennett confronted past failures to find ways to defeat new enemies. The development of willpower helped him avoid evading responsibility. Beyond simple plasma bombardment, through science, they decoded cloaking AI and developed quantum scramblers, simulating HFY science wins. Although violence proved effective, the result wasn't sustainable peace. Diplomacy, sharing, and responsibility remained necessary. Set in 2237, distant future, after humanity conquered multiple star systems. During the post-Cylon War era, when civilizations accelerated arms races. Nova Prime, a desert planet famous for red sand and storm sand waves, represented UEC's strongest military outpost outside the Sol system. The battlefield space ranged from Nova Prime's high orbit, through atmospheric flights, ground craters, to satellite defense outposts, creating a multi-layered perspective. Nova Prime featured multi-ethnic residents, partly Proxima migrants, mostly military personnel. Society experienced spreading warfare, normalizing weaponry. The UEC government prioritized weapons creation while maintaining a peace faction. Lifestyle combined high technology, glass cities reflecting plasma lights, with wilderness elements, red desert, primitive small villages. The desert terrain complicated space visibility and firepower, creating situations of hidden shooting, hiding, sand attacks. Saga 9 Station's presence added drama as sky-level orders, politics, intertwined with ground-level battlefield realities. Dark humor appeared whenever Bennett exclaimed, "Even enemies must tremble before our quad cannons, haha." Epic intensity characterized space battle descriptions with powerful language, plasma beam imagery, and space-shaking explosions. Grim but resolute tone emerged in Bennett's internal moments, sometimes darkened by past guilt, but quickly adjusting to leadership. Third-person omniscient narration allowed perspective shifts between Bennett, Yoon, Rodriguez, and Votrix, connecting multidimensional developments. Flashbacks appeared when Bennett confronted Proxima trauma, giving readers glimpses of past failure. Sophisticated scientific terminology detailed mechanical, chemical, electronic terms, cloaking technology, and reactors. Sharp dialogue emerged in Bennett's heated arguments with Commander Hayes, or Yoon's explanation of tactics through quantum scramblers. The quad cannon symbolized HFY power, representing humanity's unyielding will. Nova Prime's desert symbolized initial barrenness and scarcity of humanity in space, while serving as a fire hell, testing courage. Sandstorms represented difficulties and harsh environments humans must overcome for survival. Plasma light symbolized life and hope. Each plasma beam represented a heartbeat of the Gunslinger Division. Brilliant light arrays when quad cannons fired evoked bright fire arrows, affirming humanity's will. Smoke and dust surrounding Hellfire ships depicted precarious balance between projectile fire and sand dust, metaphor for life's fragility. The Gunslinger statue in Nova Prime's schoolyard portrayed a soldier holding a gun, shielding comrades, values of dedication and protection. The exposition maintained moderate pace, focusing on introducing setting, characters, and building latent tension. The inciting incident suddenly accelerated with Votrix attacks, combining quick, concise action descriptions, short sentences, to create urgency. Rising action featured oscillating pace, detailed tactics interspersed with moments of respite during sandstorms, keeping readers engaged through preparation steps and battlefield approaches. The climax delivered the most intense pace with consecutive short passages, continuous action, explosions, plasma beams, and burning scenes. Falling action and resolution slowed pace, focusing on consequences, character psychology, lessons learned, and affirming hope for the future. Strong, concise language employed many action verbs, tear, launch, rise, to evoke determination. Occasional technical explanations detailed cloaking AI, quad cannon mechanisms, jamming wave distribution, brief enough for readers to grasp concepts. Inner monologues added depth to the protagonist as he hesitated, urged himself forward, recalled old memories. Short, sharp dialogue appeared in Bennett's bridge commands. All turrets, lock on target composite 3 alpha. Hold fire, adjust to frequency 47.2. Self-learning cloaking AI revealed that Votrix cloaking wasn't fixed. It automatically patched whenever humans approached. Yoon needed Quantum Scrambler 2.0 personally adjusted by Bennett during combat. When Bennett thought he'd destroyed 30 Votrix ships, a super-large dreadnought, Oblivion Throne, suddenly appeared from an instantaneous jump drive near the border. During Bennett's shield penetration test, quad cannons suddenly lost reactor connection framework, nearly causing Valhalla to explode. He performed a bypass activation in exactly 7 seconds to prevent disaster. Early battle stage. Votrix deployed attacks, strangling Nova Prime's defense forces. Key interception phase. Bennett used quad cannons to destroy Oblivion Throne Dreadnought before it activated large-scale EMP pulse waves. Decisive blow. Quad cannons created plasma residue strong enough to rupture the Dreadnought's main energy module, causing self-detonation like a superstorm volcano. The narrative taught readers about humanity's indomitable Earth spirit, even facing invisible, high-tech enemies. Humanity never retreated, combining science, tactics, and determination. The battle demonstrated that when camaraderie bonds strengthen, despite blood price, humans can defeat stronger opponents. Though celebrating strength, the story reminded that violence isn't the only solution, requiring diplomatic combination and technology sharing to avoid tomorrow's self-confrontation over weapons. Readers experienced exhilaration, reading Bennett leading quad cannons tearing through Votrix shields, seeing HFY flames rise. Moments of soldier sacrifice evoked sympathy and reflection on victory's cost. Optimism concluded with multi-species alliance imagery. Nova Prime's sky brilliant with laser fireworks, conveying messages of freedom and hope continuing to spread. Best HFY stories. Guns. Guns, Guns. Exemplified science fiction with strong HFY elements, emphasizing fighting spirit against brutal enemies with superior technology. Through 7 parts, from Nova Prime's attack to resounding victory and alliance formation, readers experienced complete aspects of plot, characters, conflict, messages, setting, tone, symbolic imagery, pacing, surprising twists, and valuable lessons. The story vividly portrayed the HFY motto: when necessary, we don't just fire guns, we shoot into fear to protect freedom.